Hello, this is Rob here from robcoven.com, and I'm going to install WordPress on a Magento shop. So here we have Magento. I've just set it up on my local host. Here is the Magento backend where you add your products and administer the website. Now Magento has a CMS, but by all accounts it's pants, and you're much better off using WordPress, which is the best blogging platform out there. So the first thing to do to install WordPress on Magento is to download WordPress and install it normally. So to do that, you just go to wordpress.org, download WordPress and download the latest version. Here it is, unzip it, and what you'll get are the usual WordPress files in a directory called WordPress. Now you can keep it called WordPress if you like. The one thing you shouldn't call it is blog, but it's recommended you call it just WP now. Put that amongst your Magento files. So I've called my Magento installation shop, and here is all the Magento files. Just put it in there. Now what you need to do is install WordPress. So the way you do that is go to that folder, which remember is shop WP. Now normally you would create a database for WordPress, but we're going to add the WordPress database onto our Magento database. So we'll create a configuration file. Let's go. And the database I created for my Magento installation is called shop, and you'd need to remember your username and password for this, the ones you used when you created your Magento database. Submit. Run the install, and there we go. You can add your site title, add a username and password. As a security concern, don't use admin because that's the default username, but for test purposes I'm going to, and install WordPress. And there we are. We have WordPress installed, and there it is, a normal WordPress installation. And if we have a look at database, this is the Magento database, and if we go to the second page of this database at the end here, or nearly at the end, you see the WordPress tables. They just start with WP underscore there. But that's not it. So what you need to do to tack this blog onto your Magento site is to load a Magento extension, which is created by a very excellent company called Fishpig. So if you go to their site, fishpig.co.uk, and here choose Magento WordPress Integration, and you can download it manually here, but I'm going to download it with Magento Connect, so you can go to the Magento site and find it there. So install now and choose 2.0 version and save that link there. Now go back into your Magento backend and system, Magento Connect, paste that key that you copied in there and install. Proceed. So that's all done. We'll click refresh, return to admin. We have WordPress tab up the top that wasn't there before, and we go to settings. We need to log out of Magento and log back in. We go to WordPress settings, and here click save config. Even though I hadn't changed any of the settings here, but Magento and WordPress do share the database, and there are a number of alerts here, and I suggest you tackle all of those individually. Okay, so now we've got on the home page, we've got a link to the blog there, and the blog is using the same theme as the Magento shop, but if you click on there, it doesn't go through to the blog post it should do called Hello World. Then on the dashboard you see there's a WordPress tab, and here we can key in the admin details that we used when we set up WordPress, and also here in the settings details everything is as it should be. WordPress is enabled, we have Magento and WordPress using the same database, we're integrating the theme, that's the URL that we've got and it works, and there's the path to the WP directory that we put the WordPress installation in. But one more thing we have to do is go to the WordPress install, and as you remember that's inside our Magento install, which is inside a directory called shop. There is the Magento, and WordPress install is inside a directory called WP, and here we want to open wp-config.php. So there it is. What we want to do is go all the way to the end and add a couple of lines. And here they are. One thing you must remember when you're pasting into the end of the wp-config.php, you must never have a space at the end of that last semicolon. Never have a space or return or anything. Make sure the semicolon is the last character. And what we have here is an update option, the site URL and the home. It's specifying the site's URL as the WP directory, which is inside the Magento install, and it's specifying the home URL as the URL you should go to visit the home page of the WordPress install. So we save that. And next we need to go here, and I'll put all this information in the notes of the video, and basically this is the WP directory, WP admin index php refresh equals 1, just to flush the cache. And there, that gives us the WordPress login. We can log in here, and here is the backend for WordPress. So let's just add a new post to see if it works, and we'll call this second post, add some text and publish. And let's go back to the blog and refresh, and there's our second post. But still the links to these posts aren't working. So if we refresh this now, yes, we've lost that first alert there. Okay, I'm just going to do a couple of other things from the alerts here. The first one's saying you're using a non-supported WordPress theme that hasn't been tested. Please use 2012. That's because we're using 2013, as that is now the default theme that WordPress uses in a new installation. So we'll change that to 2012. And the second one saying that we're using default permalinks, which is never a good idea, and we should change them to something else in the WordPress admin. So let's go and do both of those two things. In appearance themes, it's 2013 at the moment. We're going to activate 2012, so there it is, there's that done. And in settings permalinks, we're going to go for post name. So you just click that post name there, which was much better because with the default you get a question mark p equals a number, and with this custom post name you get the post name separated by hyphens, which is much prettier in the address bar and better for SEO as well. So we'll save changes there, and now we'll refresh this page, and good, we've got rid of two of those alerts now. And now you can go through to the posts and you can see the posts and people can leave comments. There's the second post. Obviously the idea is to write great content about your products and your niche that pertains to your shop, but we'll get onto that later. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that. This has been Rob from wp-config.php.